I did have a plan for today. I'll be hiking up to Little Black and doing some soaring. It's supposed to be a pretty nice day, and that's the launch site right there. But before that, I was actually going to sail. And beautiful day out at San Diego Harbor, and was out. I have a Catalina 28. It was just a great day. I have a large Genoa jib, so I can just go out there solo, just sail, relax, and actually works really well, pretty balanced, even with just the jib and not having to use the main. You can see the mountain that I'll be hiking up to. That's Little Black, right about there. Across the street from the Little Black launch site is where I used to paramotor. They don't like us much, and they made it quite clear. And if you're a smoker that likes a paramotor, you're really out of luck. So it's a beautiful day to be hiking. It is a bit gusty right now. I think it was around 2:30. I know I'm going to have to wait a little bit before I can actually fly. Quite a bit of thermal activity, though not really scheduled to be that rowdy up there. Beautiful sight. We still have some of those wildflowers and lush green growth still lingering from all the rain we had. So really nice to hike up. Always like to see this sign, which means I'm really close to the launch site. So I waited until I think it was a bit after 4:30 to launch. It was calming down a bit, probably about 10 to 11 with gusts to 14, and that's about the limit for me, but it felt pretty comfortable that I could launch and not have any issues. On this day, I had three big lesson takeaway. The first is while preparing to launch, I really didn't clear my wing as I should have. One, as I brought it up, I didn't form a nice little wall. I brought it way too quick and then suddenly discovered, yep, I got a big cravat and just really not gonna go well. So I immediately went to the back risers and just brought everything to a big old halt. It's quite gusty right now. I thought I had a lull and all of a sudden I got another big gust. So I'm gonna have to regroup here and start this over again. Okay, so I think I have everything sorted now. I'm going to be cautious about bringing it up. First, I'm going to form a nice little wall, just make sure everything is clear and wait for that lull. And when it's the right time, I'm going to bring it up. However, as I did this, I felt something was a little bit wrong with my left brake. Here I am taking off, and I realized I didn't clear my brake lines. I had done everything for the initial launch, and lesson number 2 is start over, do your pre-flight. And if I had done that, I would have noticed that the brake line was hooked over one of the risers. But at this point, as I realized this, I was in my takeoff roll and I'm off the ground. I really start to realize that something is up. And I said, okay, I'm just going to have to wait here. When things are calm, I'm just going to undo this. And it really wasn't a big deal, but it could have been. So another big lesson, always do a pre-flight after you've certainly had a mishap on the first launch, as I did. But here I am, I'm in the air, things are good, but it could have been an issue. So I was all ready to enjoy a nice flight with some good lift. I could either do rich soaring or get some thermaling, but right away I was hit by a lot of turbulent air. Wasn't just occasional, it was pretty constant. Really had to stay on the controls, keeping myself from either lunging forward or falling back. Wasn't at all dangerous. I'd been in this position before, but this is pretty strong and stronger than I can remember. And again, I've been flying Tory a lot. Little Black, much different when you're in the thermally conditions, especially can be at Little Black. I thought things would be pretty calm by this point, but I was wrong. It actually stayed turbulent. I was able to do some nice thermally turns, but really was hit by a lot of gusts. Again, turbulence is the big word that I would describe this day. So I was up for about 15, 20 minutes, and I'm just really working. I don't know how much fun this is going to be for very much longer. I mean, it's a real challenge, but yeah, it's getting to be a little bit much. It is not calming down. And right about the time I was thinking I should probably land, I hit a collapse on my right side. And I've had collapses before that I mostly heard rather than felt. This one I really felt. I don't know how much, maybe half the wing, but it righted itself very quickly. But it kind of confirmed my decision. It said, yeah, this is really too much. I don't know how much longer I really am going to enjoy this. Let me get down on the ground. So I pulled some big ears. Just did some weight shifting to stay right around the landing area, which you can see right below me there. I'm going to land at the old radio controlled spot. I think they still do radio controlled aircraft there. That's where we used to paramotor. As I mentioned, they no longer allow us to do that there, but it's a nice landing spot. Also doesn't have so many foxtails all over the place. Little Black, they really haven't cleared it, and a lot of weeds and foxtails. So that's what I'm aiming for right here. Okay, I think the camera's still going. Holy, that is the bumpiest I've ever had. I took a collapse on the right side, about maybe a quarter, if not more. I don't know. I felt it, but you know, just the wing straightened itself out right away. You talk about having to be just active piloting. It was something. It was just not fun after a while. That's the bottom line. A lot of lift, and I waited till after 4 o'clock, which usually 4 to 5. They said from 3 to 4 it's calming down. 4 to 5 it may turn off at 5. I don't know when I would go up. Probably at least till 5 to 6. I know
this is going to be great. And man, I was walloped. I tried to get away from the hill over there. I just wanted to get away. It's really a lot going on over there, depending on where you are. Some rotor activity to the north. I didn't want to get too far south. I was thinking of going up near the towers, but it was just too crazy. And even coming in here to where I landed, which is the old radio control spot, it's actually the old paramotor spot. They'll probably call the cops on me. So, but I have no engine, so it was about 11, 12 miles an hour. I waited for the gust. It was gusting to around 14, 15, calming down a little bit. That's the limit for me too. And I really waited until the gusts were calming down, but getting up in the air. Okay, I'm rambling on here. I'm rambling on, but it was quite an experience. So, very different, obviously, than ridge soaring at Torrey, and really bumpy. And you know, this is not even summer, so I thought, you know, it wasn't going to be bad. Yeah, what's the phrase? It's better be on the ground wishing you're up there than up there wishing you're on the ground. After a while, I said, okay, I'm getting on the ground. So anyway, again, nothing out of control, just not comfortable. And not comfortable. A lot of active piloting. And so anyway, here I am. So that's Little Black after a day of sailing. And I almost had a perfect day, other than, yeah, a little too much. I think you can see the clouds maybe rolling in behind me. I think in another hour or so, if I wasn't so tired, I would go back up and wait until about 5.
So it did calm down a bit, but it was almost close to 6 o'clock. A lesson learned, always do a proper pre-flight, make sure your wing is cleared, form that wall, bring it up slowly, and also don't just rely on the weather report. You really have to gauge conditions as they are. But a great day in terms of learning some lessons. It's been beautiful with all the wildflower, the lush growth. Unfortunately, this is all going to go away soon, but really wonderful to be out there while it is so pretty. So a great day. Started out sailing. It was very calm in the water, not so calm in the air, but I will be back at Little Black. Definitely waiting till very close to late afternoon, 5, 6 o'clock, and really gauging conditions a lot better next time. So thank you for watching. Take care. Fly safe.